RuneScape is an RNG game. So when it comes to the finale specifically, anything can happen, genuinely. Some people could be like up 200 damage on tracker, like play way better. But ultimately, the swing of RNG can lead to someone else winning that maybe, you know, you could say doesn't deserve to win. That's just how RuneScape is. And that's what makes it such a thrilling finale, because you just don't know how it's going to go out, you know? It's competitive, but also there's that element of RNG. You've not just got the element of RNG in the finale, you've also got the week leading up to it, like who goes dry on certain bits of gear, who gets spooned, who finds people in certain spots at the perfect time and gets more kills for more blood money, which leads to them getting an extra VLS or an extra free brews for the finale too. Who plays better during the week. Like, there's just so much to it. So I really do think everyone has a shot. Like, genuinely. I'm not just saying that to make you guys watch every minute of the stream. I really do think that. We'll start with Dino's team. Dino had arguably one of the best picks. He kept saying it's one of the worst picks. But the way it's all laid out now, he had one of the best picks, and it still is one of the best picks. Especially the way the cards have fell. Having Boaty, obviously, he's like... He used to be a captain. He doesn't need an introduction. Boaty's like all-round one of the best players of all time, right? He's great in PvP. He's not going to shake on stage. You know he's going to be very confident and play the same as at home. He's a great guy when it comes to strategizing. And Dino doesn't have a brain, so he needs a strategist. So Boaty's going to carry in that regard. Also, Dino himself, quick mention, like obviously he's a fucking S-tier PKer. He knows what he's doing. He's won an AllStars before. That's a big strength. You know, he's one of the strongest captains. So yeah, Boaty... Great first pick. We all knew it was going to happen. Boaty fucking loves Dino. Dino loves Boaty. It makes sense. It came down to here, and there were still PKs on the board. And picking up 61M here, he's a rookie, but he's played every DMM. He is a very good PKer. He has that rookie experience, so we don't know how he's going to perform during the week, but at the same time, I think they feel confident that he's not going to just like fall over to when a PK gets on him. He can get a freeze escape. He knows what he's doing. In terms of PVM, that's probably his weakness. I'm not too sure exactly how that's going to go. But yeah, that's a pretty strong pick here in this line. He had the first choice here for this. Sorry, the last choice here for this line, because it goes snake draft. So he could have picked any of these people, going from 61M downwards, and he chose 61M to go up against this row, which, solid choice. Sick Nerd, the general, been playing a lot of League of Legends lately. Sick Nerd is so underrated. People genuinely feel like Sick Nerd is not gonna be very good, but he can compete with all these guys, and he cannot overperform. He's also extremely efficient. He can do lots of all the PVM in the game. He's got GM. He got that recently, a few months ago. Great pick, and he's good vibes. Like, he gets on really well with Boaty and Dino specifically. So, yeah. And then, as for the last pick, they got MMORPG, Curtis. And him going last place, I think, is crazy, personally. Because MMORPG is, honestly, he has some of the most experience on stages. I don't think he's going to perform badly on the end stage. And also, he can do it all. Like, he'll do all the PVM for the team, but he can also really hold himself well in PvP. So I think Dino's really liking his odds right now, so is Boaty. They made a really solid roster. Now, West Ham's team is kind of a bit different. They have gone full-on PvP mode. They have arguably the strongest multi-team for the breaches, the missions, and they're going to dominate those. They're going to be the guys that people are going to avoid. If they see them, they're not going to take a fight of them, which is a huge strength in multi, obviously. The downside is they didn't really have much of a brain until they got Foe, last pick. We'll get onto that. West Ham, arguably probably the best PKer NH'er in this list. I think he's on par with Odablock. Those two are like slightly better than everyone else. Although Dino and Reese can keep up. West Ham's won before. You know, he's gone for a PK squad, and he had to pick up Greg first. He said he picked up Greg because he didn't want anyone else to have Greg, and also Greg is the strongest PKer, like for NH staking and for 1v1 and all that kind of stuff. He is the strongest PKer. Downside to Greg is he's not got the crazy amount of PVM experience, and he has half a brain. So they have a whole brain together. Mika, load of DMM experience, played all the DMMs, played finales, got into the end in finales and all in the previous DMM stuff as well. He can do lots of PVM, Slayer efficiently, and in PKing, like I say, like he's gotten far before. But also for multi and that kind of stuff, he's really strong, really solid. Eliop, he's done loads of endgame PVM, he's maxed in the main game, load of game knowledge, but multi in particular and like team PKing, he's super solid at as well. So to get him this low is actually crazy that he went on the third row. And they last picked Foe because it was between Foe and Curse. And they wanted Foe because Foe has been planning for months. And he's so giga brain with plans. And they needed a strategist. And the second he joined the call, he was like, guys, I have been planning for months. Don't worry. I've got you. Father Foe will provide. So, yeah, I think with Foe, that kind of saved them a little bit when it comes to strategy. But these guys are considered to be the most feared when it comes to PvP in the breaches and all that kind of stuff. Really solid team. Yo, Jurge, how you doing? I heard Jurge for next All-Stars. When Foe joined the call, it was a W. That was such a good moment, wasn't it? It was sick. How you doing, Beast? Nice to see you. How was the Huey and all your masses last night? Oh, you had a good one? This team is easily my favorite because they have strategy and disgusting amount of multi-PvP experience too. In multi, it's nuts because I feel like even Foe can call. But in some of the teams, or in general, when you've got like a 5-person team, you've got one person that's a main caller, and you've got a bit of a backup caller, you know, to help if someone misses, if the main caller misses something, or the main caller gets focused and falls. In this team, it'll probably be like West Ham, main calling, then probably Eliop/Mika, then Greg can call us away. He's got loads of PvP experience in multi. He's been clanning since like years. I used to clan with Greg at the start of Old School. We were in the same Pure team together in 2014. Like all of these four can commentate the fights and tell people what to do to such a high level that you don't know who to focus, really, in that regard, if you're trying to get the caller down. And then Foe, to be fair, even though he's not exactly like a PvP or multi guy, but he's got a big brain on him. I think he can learn it all, and he'll know enough that, you know, he can probably spot some things too. Like, yeah, the backup callers have backup callers. I like how you put that, Lizzie. Yeah, this team is like considered to be the most scary for PvP. And also for the finale too. Like, it's shaken up to be like West Ham, potentially one of the strongest in the top row. Greg, the strongest in this row. Mika, potentially the strongest in this row. Eliop can compete with everyone in this row. And Foe, potentially the weaker link in this. But people also sleep on Foe. Foe can PK. He just won an event, the Samsung event the other day. He's beaten Dino in the PvP arena. He KO'd Dino. Like, honestly, anything can happen. Anyway, moving on to the framed friends, or the framed motorcycles, vroom vroom as they'd like to be called. The framed motorcycles, very interestingly, everyone thought that they were going to troll. Everybody believed that Kevin was going to be just, you know, choosing some kind of just solo vibes-based pick and just pick mates. And people were saying, oh, he's going to pick Sinkin first. A lot of people said that. He didn't, of course. He picks Lake. Big Chad Lake, S-tier PKer and PVMer. He's been playing Deadman Mode. Last DMM recently, he went up against the strongest of the PKers in the world. He's PKing in a max set, and he held his own. He's obviously also one of the best PVMers in the game, so he can do any of the content he needs to do. Framed as well, just saying, he's also a GM. Framed is also underrated. He is a captain, and he's a captain for a reason. He might be a rookie captain, his first All-Stars, but Kevin has played a lot of Deadman Mode. He's been PKing for many, many years now. He's a solid nature. So yeah, these guys already, like, these guys are looking pretty strong. But him picking Lake was such a good thing to do. Emily, thank you very much for giving a sub to Jurge. Jurge, enjoy the ad-free viewing. Welcome to the Spam Fam. Appreciate you, Emily. Thank you. Then, at this point, Frame needed a strategist, and I guess he wasn't willing to risk it with not getting Pip here, because he knows that West Ham's good friends with Pip. He knows that Dino's been talking about on stream about wanting to pick Pip up. So picking Pip here, I think, was actually a solid choice. Now, you could argue that Pip is maybe one of the weaker members in this row. He's not known for his PvP ability, but I think his strategy and multi-performance is going to more than make up for it. I think he is going to have one of the best plans for the All-Stars. So, yeah, really good. You know, having that pick there, fantastic. He then picks up Sync, going from people thought he was going to pick him in first place to third place. Now, Sync, obviously, they're very good friends, but also people look at Sync as like the dark horse. They're not too sure how good he is because he's not been streaming for a long time. But a lot of people forget as well, Sync has done so many insane PVM achievements, and he is like one of the top 4 PVMers on this entire board. And he can PK. He used to play private servers, and he has PK'd a lot in the past. Now, how much he's been PKing and practicing towards the All-Stars, I do not know. But he's actually like a very good pick for this row. He's also a rookie too, keeping that in mind. But I think people are underrating Sync like crazy. Finally, last pick, They chose Alfie, another S-tier PVMer, extremely efficient. I played on a group hardcore Iron Man of Alfie, and he's a beast. Jurge, take it easy, man. Got a dash of a great stream. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Alfie is, yeah, like he's great vibes as well. I think that's a big pick. But these guys are considered to be like insane for PVM capabilities. They can be doing like raids as a squad, or maybe even Nex, because now Nex drops Ancient God Swordfall. It drops Torva, ZCB, we're having to get the components for it. So these guys could whip up a crazy strategy to make the best use of their PVM prowess. And it would not surprise me if, although they might be considered a bit weaker in PvP, in the in the breaches and missions, these guys could very well rock up to the finale in like a Bugatti set, like in max everything. And gear in PvP, by the way, makes a big difference in old school RuneScape. If you've PK'd in like a Barrow set versus like a Mystic set, or you PK'd in like Virtus versus Arims, for example, or you've got Missouri, or you've got, even the Torva helm, Torva legs, the tank bonus you get from them compared to Barrow's gear, it's actually huge. ZCBs are nuts. So if they end up getting a bunch of that gear, these guys, could go all the way, I reckon. So really big strength there. Do you prefer play or casting? I got to play last year, had a great time. We won with the SoloMission Snakes. Love playing. I played demo mode since inception, over 10 years ago. I'm old. And I always love competitive play, and I'm a PvPer. But this time round, I do love casting too. I've also casted since the initial demo mode 2014, which I love doing. And yeah, when I got the opportunity to cast again, and it being live on stage in front of 4,000 people in Chicago, I didn't want to say no. What really swayed my mind, though, in the end was SoloMission's doing a main stream on Kick, and so I'm going right over his house, and we're going to be co-hosting that together, which I'm very thrilled for. It's a great opportunity, and obviously it makes up a little bit for me not being able to participate during the week. I'm going to be away for a few weeks, unfortunately, as a result, but it's a great opportunity, and I am getting paid for it. SoloMission is my boss. He is, making up for me not streaming and, earning money doing what I do. As a streamer, so yeah, hopefully it's I'm not a bad position because of that, at least. And I love casting. I've always been that caster guy, so I didn't want to turn down the opportunity, and they really wanted me to cast as well. I had the choice though. Maybe next year I'll play again. We'll see how this one goes. See how we feel. I have a lot of FOMO, but again, with the opportunity of doing stuff with SoloMission, I don't really regret it right now, and I think I'll have a great week with him and a great time on the stage. Again, it's one of those things that I'll look back on for many, many years, and I'll be like, wow, I got to commentate an event in front of 4,000 people live. I've casted events to like almost 1,000 people live, and so many events over the years. So it's an absolute blessing, so I want to keep doing that. Thank you, mister. Appreciate it. And thank you, Magic. Thank you very much for the kind words. Moving on to Reese, the Reese Rhinos. Dude, Reese as a captain, unreal choice. Yeah, this guy is such a competitive player. Big brain as well. I also realize I'm gassing all these guys up, but the truth is they're all my friends as well. I love all the creators. Yo, what's up, Valley? How you doing? How's you and Casper? Reese is genuinely gonna... He is going to have a great strategy for his team. He is that strategist kind of guy. He's been playing... I played with him in Blazers, which is an official team. We used to be an official team for the old demo tournaments. We used to have those. And... yeah, he knows the game mode inside and out. He's also an S-tier PKer too, of course. For those that don't know, he has been PKing for many, many years. So Reese is the captain this time round, already shaking things up. He first picked Torvesta, and I think in this row, with who he had to choose from, Torvesta's a solid pick. Like, Torvesta's been playing for a long, long time. I don't think he's going to shake. I think he's going to be confident as well. And they're good friends. They were saying it as they joined the call together. Reese and Torvesta, apparently, they're BFFs. So that was quite cute and wholesome, when you're going to be playing for a week straight with people, 16 to 18 hours a day, you want to have people that can, like, celebrate the victories, but also can, like, hold each other up during the lows of lows when things don't go to plan and when people end up dying to whatever. So, yeah, great first pick. Then he moved on to Mutz. And Mutz here is fantastic too. Mutz is actually a really good PvP, and not just he's known for his PVM and his hardcore Iron Man. But obviously they need some PVMers too to get them gear, right? Because if they can feed Reese and Torvesta, that would be great, but they need to get the gear. Mutz will be able to do that for them. But also, for the finale, Mutz is really, really strong. Like, he's going to be able... he's one of the strongest in this row, I'd say. Next up, Be the Victim. one last year. I played with V. V's also a strategist. V and Reese can probably go back and forth with some great strategies and things to plan throughout the week. He's a great guy to depend on. V the Victim as well. Although he doesn't really play as much as he used to, he's got a full-time job. He does still play, and he used to lead the official clan called Lit, one of the biggest clans in demo mode for the previous tournaments we had many years ago. So the man is like no noob, you know. He knows demo mode now. He's a DMM player, and having DMM players, people aren't going to shake when people get on them, is obviously a huge advantage too. He's my old teammate, so I got to gas up and respect V the Victim. I think he's very underrated. In the last row, C Engineer, quite a few rows down from previous years, to be honest. Picking up C Engineer here is, I think, very good value. Now, Tom might not be the best PKer, but he is very strong. He also has an Iron Man, a PvP only Iron Man that he's been doing raids on. He knows the game. He's going to be, you know, relatively efficient in this bottom row. Great pickup. He can hold his own. He's not going to fall over, hopefully. If some PKs get on, he can freeze escape, all that kind of stuff. Also, another thing that's the engineer that a lot of people haven't mentioned is because of his PvP World Iron Man stuff and also hunting people and being hunted, he knows all the tricks of the trade. He's probably mapped out some great strategies and some places that he can like hunt people or things to look out for and tell his PKer teammates to hunt there as well. Obviously, this time round it's changed where every single part of Gielinor is going to be a dangerous area. The only safe zone is Varrock and the Grand Exchange. So I think really beneficial in that factor, so you're having CNG on the team for that point of view. Again, really strong team. I feel like I've said it every single time, but every single team has so many strengths. It's sick. Perp, the perpetrators. Perp, the Aussie king. He's been PKing long time as well. I mean, all the captains have been, right? This time round, all the captains are elite PvPers. And he's got loads of DMM experience as well. Now, at first glance of this roster, I think a lot of people were like, oh, Perp's just picking vibes. But still, I really do think that these guys are going to be potentially the dark horse team of the tournament. People underestimate them. And I think because of that, they can take more risks and potentially be rewarded. Now, this time round, we have the missions twice a day and the breach, of course. So there's more opportunity to get out there. And, you know, if you take those risks and you go for those strategies that other people might not go for, then it could really pay off. Last time round, they held down the Temple of Ikov for the Desert Treasure quest line, and they killed so many people on the first day to stop people from doing DT, really slowed down other teams, and that was pretty cool to see as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they get up to. Skiddler first pick. Skiddler's a GM on his Iron Man that's maxed as well, but he's also come from a PKing background. He's been PKing for many years. These guys also the best of friends. They've traveled around the world together, aka they've been to England and Greece. They get to go to Chicago together, of course, too, for the finale. But they've been friends for a long time. And Skiddler is just, yeah, he is such great killer vibes. He's one of the funniest content creators, one of my favorite streamers of all time. So great to see him getting picked up by Perp. They're gonna have some sick vibes together all week long. Great. You know, as for this row as well, Skiddler can compete with everyone genuinely if he puts the work in as well and like gets up to speed. He's a very strong NH'er. Next up, Skill of the Specs. Dude, I mean, these guys all go way back as well. Skiddler and Skill Specs in particular, the AOA Gold. He's good friends with Perp too. They've been in teams before in previous All-Stars. Skill Specs, again, one of those, you don't really know how people can perform on the finale stage. You can say these people are going to be more confident, these people are going to be more confident, but ultimately, I think there's two people in particular that really stand out for me, and that is Boaty and I guess Free, and Odablock too. Boaty and Skill Specs, though, the ones we mentioned already. Boaty is someone that's not going to shake on the stage, I think. He's going to play just the same as he does at home. But Skill Specs as well. Skilly is he is so used to high pressure scenarios, sitting on 15 hit points when no one else would, going for those low HP Darrock axes, usually leading to his death. But my God, absolute cinema when it does pay off. So what a content squad already. Skill Specs can hold his own in PvP, of course. He can compete with all these guys as well. Great pickup and great vibes all around. Coxie. Coxie is a skilling and PVMing machine. Having someone like that on the team as well to help feed these guys and get gear, you need someone like that, especially with Perp, Skiddler, Skill Specs in the roster so far. It's Coxie as well, actually, in PvP. He can hold his own too. I mean, I keep saying that about every single participant in this roster, but honestly, in the All-Stars, they're called All-Stars for a reason. Everyone can hold their own. They've all played multiple DMMs, multiple All-Stars for the most part, and Coxie here, especially being like towards the end of the roster, I think was a very wise choice. Also vibes-wise, again, they've gone for a vibes team. Like they've chosen people that they've gotten very well with. that are still very good picks. So adds to the, complements that synergy, I think, perfectly too. Finally, Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal, dude. Just, wow, perfect team. Mr. Mammal also has gotten KOs in like tournaments before. He's played in so many. He's been around for a very long time. Very confident player. Love Mr. Mammal, man. Nothing but good things to say about Jordan all round. Big banana. And obviously him and Perp have played in previous tournaments before as well, so they've got some very strong synergy too. And this man is a PVM demon, but honestly, for his PvP too, honestly, he's one of those people, again, I don't think is going to really play poorly on stage. I think he's had a lot of experience being on stage and being in the limelight for a long time. So I think that was a great pickup too. Finally, lastly but not least, the Odablock Warriors, potentially the fan favorite, since of course Odablock is, well known to be the biggest old school RuneScape creator, and potentially the most feared in Deadman mode, of course, as well. This man's an absolute machine when it comes to DMM PvP abilities. He's definitely up there as one of the strongest captains and strongest PvPers in the entire roster, if not the strongest. He chose Doobie Dobies first, having 6th pick. I think he was wondering, like, oh no, I've got the worst pick possible. But I don't think it's actually ended up being bad for him. I honestly think there's pros and cons to every single pick. Picking up Doobie Dobies first, Doobie Dobies, great vibes. His speeches are going to be absolute cinema as well. He's been PKing for many years. I played last Deadman mode with him. He can hold his own. He's no noob. He knows how to freeze escape. If you gear him up in a set, he'll go out there and he'll be able to slay people. On stage as well, I think he'll perform very well. Great first round pick for Oda, and great to see Doobie so excited to be on his team as well. Now this leads us to No Monkey. Pick number 7. This is one that a lot of people have talked about, where people have been saying, dude, No Monkey, you've trolled, you've thrown the competition. No, hold up. Because I see where Odablock's coming from. Now, I'm personally, like I'm with everyone in this roster, to be fair, I've been very, very positive about everyone, but No Monkey is an absolute S-tier player all round, to be fair to him. He's one of those guys that, when new content comes out, like the new Brutus Cow Boss, the hard version of that, first to complete it in the whole game. He's done all of the endgame challenges, GM multiple times, written guides for years. He came from RS3 originally, but he's considered to be like one of the best PVMers in the game as well. And on this board in particular, I saw he's like top 3 when it comes to PVM. So, Odablock, he's got GM, he can do PVM in the game, but he probably needs, he wants to be out there as the man to be zeered, as the guy in the max set, hitting people and just KOing everyone. So he wants someone else to do the PVM stuff for him, and No Monkey is that guy. He will get that stuff done. We were talking about earlier about like the Avernic Treads, for example, being a huge upgrade. Getting those early on one of your PKers is going to be massive. No Monkey loves Doom, and he'll do really well to get all the gear there, or any other PVM challenge he has to do. Now, obviously, it's a PvP tournament, and with a PvP finale as well. Some people are like, well, you've got all these other PKs to choose from. Why did you choose No Monkey? Well, No Monkey's been in the lab, actually. He's only been PKing for 6 weeks now. So that's why a lot of people are like, oh, why have you chosen him here? This is the second row, and you had arguably the best pick of the second row because you're first to pick as the last pick in the roster. But he's been fighting No Monkey. He's sent his friend Peter, who's one of the top NHs in the game, out to scout and to fight everyone. And Peter said really high things about No Monkey, I think, and fought him quite a lot. And No Monkey's also been beating a lot of these guys that have been PKing for many years. So, I mean, that's pretty good. And No Monkey's stocks are at an all-time high. Again, only 6 weeks of PKing, though. He's never played a demo mode, like, properly in terms of, like, PKing in it and all that kind of stuff. Not got that much experience. He did a bit of PKing, I think, last Deadman mode. But he wasn't, like, made it to an end-game level. But he's improved drastically in the NH arena when it comes to NH staking, that kind of style, not open world PKing. He's performed very well from what I've seen. So I think Odablock's taking a bit of a gamble on him, but he feels confident that he can actually train him up. And I think in his words, he's going to make him into a homing missile that can not only obliterate NPCs, but implode on any of the PvPers in the finale, which I can't wait to see. A lot of pressure on No Monkey's shoulders, mind you. Being picked up this early on as a rookie in the All-Stars, but also someone that's not known as a PKer, up against, the likes of Skill Specs, Mutz, Pip, Mika, 61M, have a lot of experience in PvP. It's gonna be hard for No Monkey, but I also believe that when you look at other people that were originally PVMers, such as Lake, look how far they've come. Lake is a top 3 pick, and that's why he was snagged up so early, and he was a PVMer that was much lower down in previous All-Stars. So, I mean, if anyone can improve a lot, No Monkey has the most room to improve over the next week. And obviously with Odablock on his shoulder, a bit like what we saw with the OTK event with the soda poppin' ex Odablock. Maybe Odablock envisions something like that happening where he can guide No Monkey and once again, you know, old school RuneScape, the tick system, switching, prayers. It's all the same across the whole game. So if you're good at one area of the game, let alone really good, you can pick up other areas a lot quicker and improve on them. So No Monkey just got to look at his opponents and think he's fighting an NPC, and I'm sure he'll do fine. So I do understand the reasoning behind this. A lot of our captains are kind of slaying him and being like, why'd you do that? A lot of the viewers too. But I don't necessarily think this is a bad pick, and I do see where he's coming from. Next up, the only two-time champ from the previous two All-Stars, the only guy to win it twice, Mr. Reese. Now, Odablock knows Reese's very good. And that's because in Season 1, I believe it was, Reese actually beat Odablock in the finale on Tracker. I will add, Odablock did not have any spec. Reese went into the fight with full VLS specs, and VLS spec is absolutely huge. So I'm not saying Reese is a better PK than Odablock, that's obvious. But at the same time, Odablock knows that even in a high-performance, high-pressure situation like that, Reese can perform, and I had him on my team last year, and Reese is one of those guys that you tell him to do something. Like, for example, last year round, we told him, oh, we need a bunch of barrows doing for all the gear for the team. Can you go do barrows? He goes off, and he will do it for 10 hours straight, then be like, right, guys, do we need any more barrow sets for the multi-finales or the multi-breaches in case we die again? He will just do anything and just ask to keep doing it. He does the grunt work. He doesn't complain about anything that he has to be told to do. And he's very good at PVM as well, to mind you. He's got a hardcore Iron Man that has Quiver, Inferno Cape, Major Inner 2 Cape, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, Reese is a very good, well-rounded player. And going this low as well, I'm very surprised by, considering he's won twice. And he comes from a PKing background. He's played all the DMMs. He's been playing a long, long time. I love Reese. He's a great dude. I fought him in the PP arena a few days ago, and he did impress me. He's still got it. So, yeah, great teammate pickup for the Odablock Warriors. Finally, Eevescape. Big Eevescape. I didn't mean anything by that, by the way. Big Eevescape is an absolute legend. Really a great guy. I mean, I've said that about everyone, haven't I? But I generally do mean it. His vibes, I think him and Odablock can have some great synergy as well, especially. Really positive dude. And I see a lot of people in my chat, yo, behave, be nice. Eevescape's been PKing the last few months. I think he went through like a PK series before All-Stars, as that's one of his weaknesses in the game. He is the self-proclaimed Australia's finest PVMer. And he's been out in the wilderness, doing some series, doing billion-dollar race, and he's improved a lot when it comes to PvP. So I think he does stand a good chance in this final row. Now, again, arguably, in this final row, you're looking at it, and again, Odablock had the first pick here, so you want to pick the best PKer in here. And honestly, I understand why he chose Eevescape for that reason, because he can hold his own against all these guys too. On top of that, Eevescape, I think, is a bit of a strategist too. He knows the game very well. So Odablock, I think, picked him because looking through the rest of the roster now, obviously, No Monkey's got a huge brain. Reese has got a lot of experience. Doobies as well. But I think Eevescape is maybe knows a bit more about, like, when it comes to strategizing and, like, writing out that kind of stuff. So I think that's why he picked him. Although I will add, later on, when Foe got picked up by West Ham's team, Foe did say he's been planning for 6 months. So I think Odablock might have been like, oh, I wish I kind of knew that about Foe. But I still think he's very happy with the Eevescape pick. But that wraps up the draft. That's my thoughts on it. I'm very excited to see how it goes down. Obviously, next week I'm going over, or this weekend I'm going over SoloMission's mansion to co-cast with him 18 hours a day, all day, every day, for the duration of the All-Stars. Then I'm flying to Chicago, where I'm going to be casting the finale. So, yeah, I can't wait to see how it unfolds. And I think this is the most competitive All-Stars that we've had in the last 3 seasons, which is the best thing for the viewers as well. And obviously for us, seeing the finale, we just don't know who's going to win. I think there's strengths, there's pros and cons to every team, but overall it's looking very balanced. So, yeah, can't wait to see how it turns out. There you go. There's my yapping session over. Sorry. Someone asked me to talk about it briefly, and I've just been sat here for like 20 minutes yapping.